Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. We're back. We were off yesterday. The whole office was closed yesterday as Jason and I were out of town, and we decided, hey, you know what? Let's just give everybody the day off. But we're back here today, and wow. What a crazy 2 days. I mean, think about Friday we had the sell-off, and then yesterday gold and silver took back off. Today, we knew these days were going to come. But I've been doing this a very, very long time. And this is by far the biggest move that I have seen in the precious metals market. And quite honestly, well, this is going to sound weird, but needed to happen. The silver market is completely broken. Nobody has it. There's no silver anywhere. I don't know if this will make it better or worse. That will remain to be seen. But it is insane right now. Gold is down. Well, it's off the bottoms, down $200. At one point, silver this morning was down $5. It is also off the bottom. So we'll sit here and we'll wait and see. It is complete chaos in the markets everywhere. And this is kind of what happens, though, guys. This is when nothing really makes any type of sense, an economic sense, and when you just print into oblivion and things start breaking, you're going to get very, very crazy moves. Very quickly, though, before we'll get into everything here in just a minute. There's another small meeting today here in Arizona, and I don't know if it's the Chandler meeting or if it's the Mesa meeting. It's the Mesa meeting, 5:30 to 7:30, 635 North Power Road. We had a meeting in Chandler yesterday, and some of you said you were coming and didn't show up. Not cool. These are small meetings. You know, we want to keep it to 4 or 5 people. We're doing this for your benefit. A little bit frustrated. So if you've RSVP'd for the meeting tonight and you're not going to make it, please call us. If you have yet to RSVP, please do. And again, this is the big stuff. What is it? What are these mean? This is for Texit. This is showing you how to buy and sell it, guys. Listen, we should have waiting list for this stuff. I don't know. I'll just say this. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. You need to learn how to do these things. And we're trying to make it happen for you. So, and I get it. We were off yesterday. Oh, it was the weekend. Oh, I forgot. Not good enough. Don't forget. So RSVP or cancel your reservation. Just don't not show up. This one again in Mesa today, 5:30 to 7:30. Right there off Power Road at the library there. 800-951-0592. And we will, again, like I said, keep everybody posted as to what's happening in the markets. Obviously, we'll see. I don't even know. I have no idea where gold or silver are going to end up today or tomorrow or the next day for that matter. But the silver squeeze, if you will, got worse as India essentially ran out of silver for the very first time ever. They have no silver whatsoever at the Indian refineries. Yeah, I don't know. Does this make it better? I don't know. I hope so. But again, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out when there's the government shutdown as it continues. I did like one of the Trump guys was out there. Well, they could end it this week. Talking about the Democrats after the No Kings rally. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I was traveling all day yesterday. There was the AWS outage with the internet. A lot of the apps stopped working, and a lot of that drama. I think that has pretty much passed. The only data we got today, the Philly Fed index, because it's not a government data, new order, sales, revenue, all down. Overall decrease in employment. Future activity fell to its lowest reading since April. So again, I don't know. But when is the government going to reopen? Anybody's guess. I don't think it's going to be this week. We'll be back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. By the way, silver, I guess I didn't give the price. Sorry about that. Silver's down $3.40, just below $48.90. One point, like I said, is down like $5. Gold is down $200 now. Well off its lows of the day. That's like $70 off the low. So gold finished, but got almost down to $300. We'll see. Really quickly, because they will not last. I've got 4 sealed cases of Silver Eagles right now. Just to give you an idea, there are no sealed cases of silver available anywhere. We looked, cannot find any. Which just means whatever dealers have them, they have them. I have 4. They are back dates. They want $5.50 over spot for them. Right? That's what they want. And then, of course, I would have to buy it for that and then put the markup and do all that. We're not doing any of that. If you want one, they're $50 a coin. So like $1 over spot. I can sell these back for way more than this. So this isn't way below retail. This isn't way below cost. This is way below what the wholesalers will pay me for it. They're in the vault in Colorado right now. I've got 4 cases. They're $25,000, which equates to $50 an ounce. I mean, you can't buy any silver, especially any rolled silver for that. And then forget about U.S. Silver Eagles, not a chance. So if you're sitting there saying, man, I want to buy this silver dip, here you go. Cases of sealed Silver Eagles, $25,000. To give you kind of an idea, well, that's like $4,000 under what the price should be at 800-951-0592. And let's see what else happened over the weekend. Japan, as their spreads keep, getting worse. They have a new prime minister, right? Yeah. The first female prime minister in the history of Japan is now saying they're considering reforms that would allow domestic banks to acquire and hold digital assets for investment purposes. Obviously, I bring that up because, guys, you do know that's what's right. That's what's next, right? That's coming. Why? Because the currency is broken. It's totally broken. There's no buyers. There's nobody that wants it. We're in the early stages of the debasement trade, right? Which is what? Everybody saying that I'd rather hold just about anything other than fiat money. And then we saw it with what was happening, really started last week with the banks, Zion Bank, Western Alliance Bank. We thought that those were auto-related because we had the two auto bankruptcies, right? Tricolor and First Brands. Come to find out, it appears that this was more like these banks got scammed. And it had nothing to do with the auto bankruptcies, which makes things even worse. I don't know. People are talking about problems in the credit markets. They're hard to find. Everybody seems like, everything's fine until it isn't. You would think after the 2007 stuff, we'd be better at it. It doesn't appear so. The big thing, too, I want everyone to know, and I think you already do, there is no reserves. See, the only thing they kept from Dodd-Frank, remember Dodd-Frank? Dodd-Frank was the government's answer to the financial crisis. And what do I mean by that, the government's answer? Well, they got together with the banks and they said, "Hey, guys, man, we've got to pretend that we're very, very well." I'm sure that some of these banks were very upset, right? But we've got to tell the consumers that this kind of stuff will never happen again. And they created all these rules. One of the biggest rules had to do with debt, right? They said, okay, banks, you can only have X amount of risky debt, X amount of somewhat risky debt, because let's face it, all debt is a risk. And then X amount of unrisky debt, right? Treasuries. And of course, they said, oh, by the way, we are going to make you guys have more reserves, right? You can't borrow or lend out so much of your deposits anymore, right? You've got to prepare and hold more money back. course, the banks are like, but gosh, we can't pay ourselves big bonuses and all that stuff if we can't loan out the money. Because, right, how do the banks make money? We loan it out. Now you're saying we've got to loan less out. Then, of course, we all know about the bail-in language, which, very simply put, is the government wasn't going to bail out the banks any longer. The next, quote-unquote, next time. And that the depositors would be on the hook. Right? Well, who's the depositor? Well, that's me and you. You and I. We're the depositors. Most people probably aren't aware that the government, along with the central bank and the bankers, they've gotten rid of pretty much all of the requirements that they put in, that they promised us, see, by doing this, this will never happen again. One of them, the biggest one, right? Hey, the banks, you can't lend out all the money. Right? It's a big deal, right? You've got to have more reserves. Not only did they get rid of that, by the way, they did that when COVID started, still doing it. They don't have to keep any reserves. Yeah. Now, isn't that weird? And all of the stuff about how much debt they could hold and all that's all gone, right? They've taken it all back. Oh, just kidding. Of course, we're just kidding because it was an emergency. There's no emergency. Right? There's no emergency. I mean, I don't even like the argument that well, only in this emergency case are we doing this. And of course, the reason they're really doing it is because their system is broken. But they've never put it back. Now, the thing that bothers me even more, not only did they not put it back, they have still left all the restrictions that they put on the depositors, right? Us. Those are all still in place. And we're speeding towards another debt crisis, whether they want to admit it or not, whether they like it or not. And the sad reality is they already know. They already know this is going to happen. The only ones that don't know is the generally dumb public. And guys, today is one of those days where when you look at the markets in general, it really makes sense, right? Because, yep, has the gold and silver rally been overdone? Sure. Does it need to correct? It does. At some point, it has to, right? But they essentially are trying to, once again, bail out a market, this time the silver market, to pretend like nothing's wrong. And they've done this over and over and over. We heard Jay Powell, right? Now, no Fed people this week, but what did Jay Powell say last week? Oh, well, we're going to end quantitative tightening, right? We're going to get rid of it, right? And, of course, that's coming. What does that mean? Well, we just can't afford the markets can't absorb the little bit of treasuries that we're selling. And oh, by the way, we're never going to go back to the $4 trillion that the Fed said that they needed to keep on their balance sheet, right? Of course, how do they get money on their balance sheet? They just make it up out of thin air. But why was that so important? Why was that so interesting? Wasn't the timing of that kind of interesting? Right? We're sitting here, we're watching the debasement trade come full circle, and Jay Powell just happens to say, oh, by the way, we're going to stop quantitative tightening, and oh, by the way, we're never going to go back to the $4 trillion balance sheet. Of course, they don't really even tell you that, hey, before it was $4 trillion, it was only $700 billion. I guess that's out of the question, too. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Don't worry. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's what they keep telling us as we go racing towards digital money. The Japanese now the latest to say, okay, well, I guess our banks can buy it. They can invest in it. They can take it over. Cases of U.S. Silver Eagles, they're sealed cases. Right now, silver, $48.75. They're $1.25 over spot. It's so funny. That's like when I first started, I think that's what we were selling Silver Eagles for, is $1.25 over. That was the price. This is, I know Jason said we weren't going to do this anymore, but here we are. We had 5 cases, sold one, then we had 4, sold another. We're down to 3. This is, I don't know how else to say it, right? It's just a dumb price. Right? Absolute dumb. Right now, the largest exchanges in the United States no longer have any sealed cases of Silver Eagles. They do have open cases, which, those are usually, not that they're terrible, but they're toned and whatnot, and that's what silver does. My cost, just to give you an idea, so silver is $48.75. My cost on these open cases is $54. So let's just say add $3, $57, and again opened. That'd be $28,500. These are $25,000, and they're sealed. And I would imagine a sealed case of Silver Eagles today, what 29? Probably most places closer to 30. Yeah. Jason, $50 an ounce.
Jack.
That's crazy.
Jack. These cases, whatever, if any of these don't sell, I'm going to keep them. How's that? I told Joe, you know what? I think I'll sell a little bit of these. But if any of these don't sell for any reason, I'm keeping them. These are it's nice to have sealed cases. How's that, Joe? It's nice to have sealed cases. And it's already gold and silver bounced back a little bit already. I find it hard to believe that this is going to be anything resembles 2011. This looks like some big players are doing some moves.
Yeah, well, and I think they're trying to save what's left of the silver market here. We'll see. It's something where, as Jason said, it looks like the price is starting to recover here. You just don't know. I mean, is it possible that we end up, at $51 or $52 today? Yeah. Is it possible that silver goes to $40? Yeah, that's possible. I mean, not today, but yeah, it's possible.
Came back a whole $1 in the last segment.
Yeah, I don't think it's the most likely outcome, right? The most likely outcome is they saved somebody today.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody got saved, and once the coast is clear, I'll stick to my deal. The only question for silver between now and the end of the year is it closer to 100 or closer to 50? And if I was a betting guy, which I don't bet, but if I did, boy, I'd be hard pressed. That'd be a tough bet because I really think it's going to be in the 70s. How's that? So buying here at 50, yes. This is a stone cold lead pipe lock of the week.
And you got one shot.
Like I said,
you got one shot.
Yeah, you got one shot. Where I know that when we said we were doing it earlier today, Jason, the silver was 47. So here it is, bumping up on 49. Yeah, it's an even better deal. I wanted it to take it off the table. That was what I wanted to do, but Jason's like, nope. I said,
let's see if we have any takers, and if not, like I said, they'll be mine. How's that? Because Joe and I, we've been buying and selling a long time, and through other business dealings, I had to I had to sell a bunch last year, and so it's nice to get some of it back. And I was like, well, shoot, let's see if we can sell some right now. We'll give you guys what I consider a huge bargain, but otherwise, Joe is. I talked to Joe this morning. Joe's like, you know what? This is so crazy. We're just going to stay put because we aren't going to be the next victim. We're not going to be the next victim.
I guess maybe we should have that conversation. So Jason calls me up. What do you want to do? What are we going to do? And I said to Jason, I go, listen, these markets are so ridiculous. I go, I don't want to do anything. I said to Jason, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to sell anything. And I said, I truly have no idea what's going to happen next, and I don't know how to price it. I don't know, put it this way, the bullion banks out there, which, my God, if gold was up $200, we would have got 5 different price sheets today, right? Silver was up 5, we would have got, right? These prices went down huge. $4,200 is kind of where the price decline stopped. They sent out a price. Here's our price at $4,200, and we never got another price. But I'm like, well, gold, now it's $4,130, but I mean, gold was $4,000 and change, $4,080. And they're like, nah, $4,200, right? Silver. Last time they sent a silver sheet, it was $50. Now it's $48.75. Nah, $50. That kind of tells you, right? There you have it. Maybe the best silver sale we've ever done right now. 9510592 cases of U.S. sealed cases of U.S. Silver Eagles, $25,000. We are giving them away. You're welcome. 800-951-0592. Well, here you go. Look at it. Got even better. Just like that. $48.90. Now it's $1.10 over. But you think maybe this thing can get crazy enough by the end of the day, people will have bought silver sealed cases of Silver Eagles below spot.
It's possible.
Freaking insane. 800-951-0592. Don't forget, tonight, 5:30 to 7:30, Power Road, the library in Mesa. It is the Texit small group meetings. And I'll say this, buying and selling, I expect it to be a completely packed house. And we only want 5 people, 5 different people there. Yesterday, we had a very poor showing at the Chandler meeting, even though we turned people away because we had reached the amount of people, right? We don't want to have large groups. This is your chance to really learn. A bunch of people didn't show up. Apparently, you guys don't need help, I guess. That's what it says to me, right, Jason? I guess they know how to buy and sell it. I don't know. You can tell I'm not happy. Part of the reason why I'm not happy, Wayne, who's doing this for us, he doesn't get paid to do this. This guy is giving up his own time to help you. He's not a Texas Ranger or anything else for that matter. He's just a guy. He's a client who got into Texas, who's good with crypto and is willing to help you guys. I don't know, Jay. That annoys me more than anything, right? And I know, oh my gosh, we weren't here. We told you we weren't going to be here. Well, I forgot. You didn't remind me.
Well, I still have people calling here wanting to know how to operate their Texacoin, and I'm like, well, there's only one of me, and then Mike Morris comes around once in a while. You can bug the phone lines and try to milk us for information, and we will help you as much as we can. But, Joe, there's only so much we can do. At some point, you have to be active in the space and learn how to use it. And that's just the way money works. It doesn't matter what the money is. Think of all the different ways you can pay. You can pay with coins. You can pay with paper money. You can pay with a credit card. You can pay with a check. You can pay with coupons. There's all these different ways to pay. Crypto is a new way of paying. And in the future, it'll be one of those things where it'll just be one of those extra ways of transferring money. And I tell you the truth, it's almost like a gift, isn't it, Joe? We're getting a lot of people who have some wealth. They're in gold and silver, and we're trying to give them the gift of here's an easy way of learning how to get into the space. You don't have to sit there and frustrate yourself in front of your computer like I have many times. When I was doing crypto on my own about a year and a half ago, I had to do it all by myself. I didn't have any teachers. I didn't have anybody to come over and just talk to me and show me how to run this stuff. I had to take my bumps and bruises and make my mistakes all by myself, Joe. So it would be a good idea if there's an option for people to help you get through this instead of the one at a time thing. And we've signed hundreds of people up, calling me on a random weekday saying, Jason, I need all your help on this. Your window of getting help in a timely fashion gets smaller and smaller. Why do you think Joe's running all this stuff for me? There's multiple reasons. I had the banking issue, but Joe has the office. He's got the girls there, and he's setting up meetings, and you guys sign up and get over there and learn how to run this stuff because we woke up today and silver was down $4.50 and gold was down $250. What are you going to do if for any reason, whatever crypto you're in, including Texas, decides to take a sharp nosedive and you want to sell some? You think Joe or I are going to have any ability to be on the phone with you and guide you through DexTrade or Coinbase? Yeah, you know what? I'd like to sit here and just talk about Coinbase. We got 300 people that are all wanting to know how to do this all at the same time. So you've been warned, right, Joe? You've been warned.
Yeah. Well, hey, and of course, what's up today? Yep, you got it. Text it. I've been telling you the big move is coming, and wanting you to get into these exchanges and load up and get ready for this next price move. So the meeting tonight, RSVP at 800-951-0592. Really quickly, payments. If you haven't paid, if you owe me money, get it in. How are we going to do payments going forward? Right now, we are going to be, Texas is only going to be accepting crypto. I have resources that allow for me to do that somewhat. Nowhere close to what we're going to need. But I'm going to tell you, for those of you signing people up or wanting to get in, when we get back, I'm going to tell you what it's going to take. So that's coming up on the other side. Stay with us. It's the final segment of the Patriot Radio News Hour on this Tuesday. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason wrap it up this Tuesday. Still got a couple cases of Silver Eagles, sealed cases of Silver Eagles for the low, low, low price of $25,000 right now. Silver is 48.89, so $1.11 over. Silver got, what was the low today? 47 maybe? I'm not sure. Did we get all the way to 47? It was pretty close. Now almost 49. Gold down to 10 right now, 41.45. 41.45. That is, $65 off the low. As somebody got saved today. We'll probably learn who it was like 12 years from now. That's the MO. But I digress. Text it. How are we going to pay for it? Because how it's been working right now, I've been able to take all your payments and then pay for you. I'm still going to do it, be able to do it for everybody. But here's what it's now going to cost, because we do so much volume, and the banks, despite what they say, are not very crypto. They're not crypto friendly at all. They don't like it when I transfer money from my bank account to Coinbase. They hate it. They hate it even worse when I transfer it to Texit, right? Hate it. Jason can tell you. Then they debank you. They throw you out. They do this. They do that. So while I was in Texas, talked to our buddies over there to say, okay, guys, how can we keep doing this? And no one wants to stop doing it. Here's what it's going to cost. I've got a connection now with one of the big trading houses that is willing to allow me to wire them the money. Then they will send me the USDC that will allow me to then turn around and send that USDC to Texas and pay for everybody. It is going to cost 2.5%. That is what it will cost to do it. In other words, they're not doing it for free, but they will do it if we pay them 2.5%. So, if you want to sign somebody up and you do not have enough USDC or enough Texas to sell, I'll be able to help, but it'll be 2.5% will be the fee to do that. So just keep that in mind. It's not terrible, but it'll be a way to get things done. So there you go. We've got somewhat of a workaround now. Jason and I will come right back with the half.